What's going on, everyone? I'm back with some more Age of Titans action. This is the semi-finals between Swedish Chef and AF's Adhafang. The map is Wateringhole, and Adhafang spawns with Isis in the red color in the bottom of the map. On the top of the map, Swedish Chef is spawning with Zeus as a blue color. So, well, just discussion of what just happened in the pre-game select. Adhafang actually rolled with random, and Swedish Chef rolled with Greek. So both players playing sort of randomly in this tournament settings. Tournament is just for fun. It is my 1,000 subscribers special for you guys out there who all decided that I was worthwhile to watch. So I'm thanking you guys by giving you this tournament, casting these games, putting up some money for the prize pool, and I hope you guys enjoy it. This map, in my opinion, is favored for Isis because back gold mines, and that gold mine right there. So basically, Adhafang very safe. He's going to be very safe. He's going to be able to wall off this location and wall off this location, but completely protected against anything which Swedish Chef can do. Swedish Chef does have the option of rushing. Does have the option of going through with centaurs. But in my honest opinion, I don't think Adhafang is going to take any damage from this. So in my opinion, I think the best course of action for Swedish Chef to do in this situation is probably to fast Mythic and do some sort of underworld attack. But I don't know if that would work. I'm just suggesting it as a viable strategy in this circumstance because Adhafang's map is so good in terms of like defensiveness and boom ability. I just made up a new word and I'm proud of it. And you should too. Adhafang chucking up Obelisk, who sees this as another entrance to his base, so he can wall off this location, just and possibly over there if that's a thing, or just wall that off. There is a crocodile here though, so he's gonna have to clear that up in order to get over here to wall. Unfortunately for him, he has thrown up his lumber camp, so he's definitely going for that boomy build. He's gonna get that early pickaxe out, gonna get the monument to the villagers really quick. He's got hunting dogs, and so does Swedish Chef, I believe. Swedish Chef probably gonna be able to pick up the pickaxe himself soon, or he's gonna be going relatively quickly because he does have only 3 villagers on wood instead of the standard 4 villagers on wood, which is the boom start for Zeus. If you chuck 4 villagers on wood right after 4 villagers on food, then you're going to get that pickaxe out just as you begin to start getting villagers on gold. So as soon as you have villagers on gold, you have a pickaxe in order to get more gold. It does delay your start time to 5:15 instead of 4:30, but you do get the pickaxe, so it's nice. Obelisk going off Adhafang all over the map. He's going to be able to see everything which Swedish Chef does in the early game until Swedish Chef does clear those out. I don't think Adhafang's going to be able to hold onto that line of sight for very much, especially with the with the Catastropus, who can run around and pick those off if need be. Adhafang actually are really liking the fluidity of his build because he's got stuff everywhere. He's moving off to the lions. He's still got some gazelle here, so he's forward thinking, forward movement. If you can see that your first hunt is going to expire, you need to be wondering where your next hunt is. And we see there was lion in the way, so he decided to send a bunch of villagers over the line, and then he's going to come over to this hippo, pick off this crocodile, and wall that off. He's chucking off temple. Really nice building placement here. He's going to be able to block off this location with simply buildings and then one little wall segment, so he doesn't even have to waste the well, it'll probably be about 40 gold or so as a wood of a wall to wall that off. So really nice choice there again, and it looks like this location is a bit more open than what I initially thought because this is not a large or sealed off water crevice. It'd probably be best off Adhafang to just wall that off. Conversely, we do see Swedish Chef going through Hermes. He's got 1 villager on the favor. He's got 5 on wood, 5 on gold, and he has 8 on the food, which makes me think personally that he's definitely doing some sort of classical play. 5 villagers on wood indicates that he wants to produce a couple of stables and possibly a centaur. Alternatively, he would have only had 3 villagers on wood in order to get that armory and mark it out if he were to be doing fast Mythic. Also, he could be grabbing that early second town center and doing some 2 town center classical play. Both all viable. And we do see Looks like an early Jason from Swedish Chef, going to force Adhafang back to his base, but that's not all bad. Adhafang doesn't quite have the food to get to the next age, and because of that, oh, there we go, he's got the 400 food to go through Bast, so he's going to retreat back to his pigs, and then possibly even just prosperity that. He's got some gazelle over on this side of the map, some more pigs. If he chooses to prosperity, then he can start to fast farm, but he doesn't. It's really not necessary at this point. We do see the centaur coming out. He has not produced a second centaur yet. He's hasn't actually produced anything yet, so it's going to indicate to me, apart from that Odysseus coming out, that he's probably going to grab that early second town center. Adhafang 50% through Bast, getting there quite late. Now Adhafang's moving through these lines, and we see this centaur heading straight for them. So he's going to push Adhafang off this location, unless Swedish Chef is going to check over here first and then move in. Looks like he might just be out of line of sight. Unfortunately for Swedish Chef, he does not manage to pick off these villagers on the lions and let's push them off. So it's going to be a free 300 food for Adhafang, which Swedish Chef may have been able to get. But as that has been said, Swedish Chef did manage to scout out this location. We see the Ford Town Center getting secured for Swedish Chef, so he's definitely going to be playing aggressive, probably even go for that 4 town centers, just because he knows that he's not going to be able to get in here and stop the gold income from Adhafang. Adhafang's going to have to reply to this with a fast heroic of his own. He doesn't yet have an armory up, so he doesn't have the food quite to get to the next age. However, that being said, so close to picking off that centaur. That Sphinx is also very close to dying. That priest is also taking some hurt, but he'll probably get out alive and be able to get re-healed. The same with the Sphinx. The problem is that the centaur is going to be fairly well dead. He does manage to save that priest there, and it looks like Swedish Chef is going to try and take down that watchtower with the Jason. Stables are up for Swedish Chef, so he's going to be producing some Hippocon to put on some pressure. Looks like the Sphinx is so close to dying, and it does manage to get picked off there. Nice win for Swedish Chef there, getting up there without actually losing anything. His centaur is very low HP, however, unfortunate for him. Adhafang also trying to be sneaky with his priest to pick that off, and now he's going to try and pick off the Jason just with a couple of attacks from his own priest. See, the center of this map is really quite nice. He's got a lot of hunt there, he's got a lot of hunt here, and potentially some hunt over here as well. So Swedish Chef definitely going to be getting the better of the food, and unfortunately for Adhafang, he's playing a little bit poorly there, losing 2 priests for free. The Jason taking a bit of damage, but not quite enough to lose it all. It looks like Adhafang's still not having the resources to get to the heroic age. It's going to be very late there, and he's producing that second town center initially. You also might want to think about maybe putting some houses around that watchtower, because that's out of range of the town center, so it can get picked off, and then this large gold mine is going to get sort of wrecked. It's going to be fairly difficult for Adhafang to guard. And we see the rhinoceros again getting eaten up, and it looks like no more military getting produced by Swedish Chef. Well, he's producing a couple of them now, but it seems as though he's doing this boomy strategy first, and then he's probably going to jump straight to the mythic age or something like that. He's really delayed Adhafang, and Adhafang still not going to the heroic age. He has got the second town center though, so he can produce villages while he's going there. But as a result of this really strong aggression which Swedish Chefs managed to do, pushing Adhafang all over the map, he's really ahead in economy right now, especially with that third town center going up and possibly even grabbing that one. And he does have ceasefire as well, so remember, one strategy which is really effective is just to neglect producing military. You can build buildings and wood units, but if you neglect food units, you can just produce nothing but villages and military buildings, and then once your opponent decides they want to fight, you cast ceasefire, and then you can produce units for full minute from all of your military buildings, get full population, and then be able to defend with superior economy. it's sort of like that whole you choose when you want to fight, and that centaur is going to get picked off. Really nice pick off for Adhafang there. It's a bit of a win there for him. Again, that Jason's quite weak, and we do see Adhafang hitting the heroic age through now for this monument to the soldiers, also getting up. They're bringing the pharaoh and the priest over here to see if they can deal some damage to some of those units. Migdol Stronghold needs to go up really soon, and it looks like Adhafang still hasn't used his prosperity. Really interesting play by Adhafang here. I don't know what he's saving that for, because he definitely needs it. He's going to be moving this pharaoh over to the Migdol Stronghold now. Interesting strategy which Adhafang could pull out right now would be the Fast Titan. If he gets this Migdol Stronghold up here, that's securing this gold mine, which is 6,000 gold, plus this gold mine, which is also 6,000 gold. So he's got a ridiculous amount of resources to use at the moment. And we see a lot of idle villages here. It seems to be population capped, and he's building houses, so that's a little bit unfortunate for Swedish Chef. And we do see that second monument up now, which does indicate that he wants the extra favor, and possibly no, he's producing Scorpion Man, so that indicates to me that he doesn't want to do that fast heroic, fast mythic sort of shenanigans. And we see Swedish Chef notes that the prosperity is going down. He's going to move in onto this gold mine and see if he can stop the gold income while this is happening. We do see a couple of those Hippocon taking a lot of damage there. He's going to be able to pick off one or two of them if he does this correctly. But unfortunately, he's picking off the Odysseus, which is not going to be good for him. We see Adhafang now trading a little bit by picking off some of Swedish Chef's villages. However, really in terms of the trading, it's not efficient for Swedish Chef because, for Adhafang, because Swedish Chef has got 3 town centers of production to Adhafang's only 1. So trading villages means he's going to always be behind. See the Scorpion Man now coming in, trying to deal some hurt to the Swedish Chef's Hippocon there, but the 2 heroes are already over here and dealing pain. We see the town center also not focusing that Odysseus, so unfortunately for Adhafang, losing 1 Scorpion Man for free there. The Odysseus is now getting focus fired. He's actually going to be picked off, so the Scorpion Man can probably function a little bit. A lot of Hippocon getting traded here. I don't know if this is a good trade or not, but Swedish Chef definitely had an economy, so he can trade those if he so chooses and move from there. We do not see a heroic age quite just yet for Swedish Chef, but Ancestors Eclipse getting cast. Only 3 siege towers moving in as well, so if Adhafang controls this Ancestors nicely, he can pick off a bunch of villages or this town center. So really nice play by Adhafang there, combining Ancestors Eclipse with the siege towers. Probably going to be able to pick off this town center if he does this correctly. Unfortunately, he's not focusing these Ancestors onto the right things. Really needs to pick off the villages of Swedish Chef with those Ancestors. So it's a trade. It's either the town center or a bunch of villages, and I think it's not going to be exactly as efficient as what Adhafang would have wanted. He's got this siege tower picking off some stables now as well. He's also probably got some idle Ancestors somewhere. No, he doesn't. They're just not picking off enough. Actually, that's a very nice trade by Adhafang. It's just he would have liked to get that town center down as well. You see there's only 9 villages left there when there was quite a few more earlier. So he's done well in terms of trading economy there. He's got this location secured again. I wouldn't mind seeing another wall go up over here, especially because that is blocked off now, we can see. You see the hippopotamus getting gathered again, and now this pressure is going to force this raiding game to stop if Adhafang can control his units well enough to force that, and he's going to be able to continue to pressure this location and keep Swedish Chef off that 160 population, and with Migdol Stronghold going up in a very aggressive position here. If this gets up, then that means that Adhafang's going to be able to continue to push here. And we see is Handex. Handex has been produced, researched, so these chariots should continue to get pumped out, but it looks like the macro from Adhafang's not that crash hot at the moment. But regardless, this Migdol Stronghold is standing pretty nicely at the moment. It's not quite down, and he has to sort of focus fire these these siege towers first in order to prevent this from going up, and it looks like Adhafang's just going to retreat back and let that go down. See, this is going out. Siege Workshop now getting produced again for Adhafang. 4 town centers for Swedish Chef is now up, but he's never going to get to the heroic age if these trades keep going the way they're going. So, and that's something that he kind of needs. He needs the heroic age. He needs the Petropoli in order to push through this location and push Adhafang off these lovely 2 gold lines and win the game like that way. Or he just wants to get straight to the mythic age and get to late game as fast as possible. So either he's just going to be able to defend and win the game in that long run, or Adhafang's just going to tap out. Oh, that's unfortunate. I would have liked to see Swedish Chef push in and win this game the correct way, because he's doing quite well in that regard. I think Adhafang just didn't play this very well. He was probably tired or something from the last marathon game he played against Fen, and Adhafang unfortunately could not pull out the win here, even with the really nice map. And Swedish Chef just played correctly. So the finals is between Swedish Chef and someone else. I'm not going to spoil that if you haven't seen that game yet. So I will see you guys next time. Well, not next time. I'll see you guys in the next game. Yes.